Nice rack you got there.
This is the bed rack from Cali Raised. There's actually 3 different heights that you can actually do. So this is right in the middle. This is sitting, I think, at 10 inches. And there's a 7 and then there's a 12. So depending on your preference. I'm looking for a sponsor who wants to put a tent up there, maybe. The other option is I might mount my full-size spare on top. Got you a hat. And I know you like gray,
yes.
So there you go.
Dude, thanks. Relocate into the sun. Check this rack out a little bit better. Cali Rays killed it on this thing. Oh, I forgot Derek has the fancy amps up here.
Boom.
In front of the tire. How convenient. There's so many points of where you can put stuff onto it. And then you can adjust, you can slide this kind of in and out, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's super cool. By the way, tonight's Taco Tuesday. You rolling?
Maybe.
Maybe. You gotta show off the new setup, dude.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Alright guys, so today we're tinting both our truck's taillights on this trim and your trim as well. On my SR5 is a little bit different. My taillights had a little bit of a darker red tint to it on the lens itself. On mine and yours, there's a clear lens to it. I'm gonna do my my amber reflectors right here on my headlights since I have the OEM.
Look at that color in the sun, man. Holy cow. Damn. Maybe one day I'll wrap my truck too.
Ooh, okay. Perfect. All right, so I have 2 little sample pieces right here. Now I know you said you wanted light, but you might actually want the mid because the light's actually really light. And since, you know, the clear lens in there is going to make it look a little bit even lighter than, you know, how it may seem. So throw a little piece on there and see what you think. I don't think that's really going to do much for you though.
No,
it's barely,
that's not
barely even there.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah, that's why I figured that. That's why I want to show you both.
You came prepared.
Yep, this one's the mid right here. There's a darker one also. That one's just like black. You don't want that one. You can't see the taillight at all. I think that's the way to go right there because light still comes through totally fine. And it just makes it like a nice darker red. It'll look almost natural, but like a nice darker red look to it. It'll look really good, I think. I think that's the way to go if you ask me.
It will blend in, I think, to my lunar rock real nice.
Yeah, it will for sure.
All right, let's do that one.
First step is to mask off the area around the taillight, tint up to that line. And I'll mask off all of this right here, this whole trim piece here, because what this does is it creates a low tack point for the film to slide off of. Throw this on here, around the edge. We could take this off if we pulled the whole taillight off. There's 2, I think it's
T10s.
Is it T10s?
I think so.
Yeah, and this cover pops right off and make it a little bit easier to get behind it, but it's not too hard to just kind of wrap around it. So we'll do it this way. All right, so I masked off the area around the taillight. Now we're good to go on laying down some film. But yeah, this makes it a lot easier to wrap the actual taillight itself because the tint won't stick to the area around the taillight. This makes it a lot easier to work with the tint. You guys see right now when I get the film on there, but I'm gonna pull the film right along this line right here, following this line with my stretch. Woo. All right, I'm done. Later, Derek.
See ya.
All right, so bring it in and watch how I follow this line right here. So I'm pulling right on that line, okay, to right there. And it starts to bend a different direction down here, so I let it go. I'll come back to that in a minute. But now, as you can see, I can lift up the film and then just kind of give it a gentle pull out. And then it's pretty much glassed, right? So I'll work on the rest of it here in a second, but that's what I'm going for here pretty much. By following that hard body line, essentially. I always follow the longest part of whatever it is I'm wrapping. So all the lines go parallel to the longest part of the panel, the taillight or whatever, in this case, the taillight, and it's longer, you know, top to bottom than it is side to side. So I'm gonna go that way with the stretch. Pull it back down here, and then I'm gonna go up, and then let it kind of tack itself down right there, and then start to stretch this way. So give it a little bit of heat, nothing crazy. Too much heat, we can overstretch it really easily. So just a little heat, and then see, I'm stretching it up to that corner, and now I'm gonna pull this way, following that line right there. And then from this point, we can just literally lift it up and then gently glass it out. That way there's no overstretch anywhere else. You guys can see it too. If I give it heat, wrapped as that memory, and you can see it's shrinking back a little bit. I need to pull it back more actually and do like a more even disbursement of the tension. But you guys can see there's not a lot of shrink back, which means there's no tension. So that's a good thing. And that means you want failure, Derek. Woo! You want wrinkly taillights. Now what I'm gonna do is work my way from the center out, and then that way everything else will go pretty even. So stretch here in the middle, and then pull this middle part out. And by doing that, to make it a little bit easier to get this out, because now I can pick this corner up right here, and then pull it down just a little bit, and all this wrinkle will come out by having all those wrinkles go this way. By pulling this middle, it sent the direction of the wrinkles this way, and that way I can grab this corner, pick up these wrinkles, and then just give them a light pull down, and that way there's no overstretching right here. It's just a matter of, you know, re-glassing that area of the film. So even stretch over a wide area is the key. So the tape actually does serve as like a two-function thing. So bring it in. I can do now is not only use it as a low tack point for the film to slide off of, like that right there was really easy to lift it off, right? Now I can tuck it up to the edge really easy. Also cutting on the tape as well. So I can now take my blade and cut all the excess away. Barely, almost using its own weight of the blade to kind of cut through it. That probably still isn't hard enough, but there you go. You can see I'm not really going through the film. I'm going halfway through it and then unzipping the film pretty much. I probably still could do it on the paint, but it's kind of a sketchy thing, and Derek's watching me, so I'd be kind of nervous. But the tape's there for like that, also that kind of like, you know, fail safe. If I go through the film, we're not cutting any of the surface beyond the tape, so. It's important to post heat it, especially here on the edges where there was some stretch. And for one, gives us kind of an idea of like where we're at on the stretch, right? See how that's not, it's not moving at all. There's no tension here at all, right? And then all the way over here, you can even see when you pull it back, it's, you know, it's not tight, right? There's no tension there. And that's the whole goal, is distributing the tension evenly.
Precision.
Yep. And same concept too. I'm just kind of scoring the film. I'm not going all the way through it. I'm keeping the blade at a nice angle too, so it doesn't get too aggressive. Nice too is it goes really well with this little trim piece right here too, you know what I mean? It looks more uniform with this whole section here as well, having this be darkened up a little bit. What a before and after though, dude.
I agree.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go wide angle.
Oh yeah, dude. That's an incredible difference. Oh my goodness, dude. What a before and after right there. Look at this.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
That's so sick.
So it looks
It's insane.
similar in some ways, but
Yeah, well that's because I'm in the shade and you're in the you're in the sun, so they look a little closer now. But if I'm in the sun, they're bright, they're popping, they're cherry red. That's the perfect shade. Medium from Lux is the perfect tint for these taillights, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because
especially with the lighter color of my truck.
Yeah, it's nice contrast for sure. Perfect. Digging it?
I am.
It's
Thank you again.
a huge, yeah, dude, of course.
Stoked.
Now I'm doing mine. Unfortunately, I'm out of the medium Lux now. I'll probably do the, I have that Lamin-x, the PPF. I'm doing mine in PPF, I guess,
So
which I like.
Tan or darker?
I'll probably go the same.
Okay.
That shade's nice, still transparent. You can see the inner workings of the taillights, if you will. So I think it's a nice look. Anything too dark is kind of, I don't know, kind of plain looking to me.
Yeah,
so
too much.
Yeah, going too black on it's a little bit much, but that before and after is crazy though.
Looks good.
Looking really good. All right.
Thank you as always.
Yeah, dude, of course. Anytime. You guys have seen a while back that I used this this PPF style tint right here. So it's called Lamin-x, and it's a wet install, so it's a bit different than the Lux, which is a dry install. And that's kind of how I prefer to do it. I'm not really a fan of doing wet installs, plus the stuff's a lot thicker. Check this one out. This one's absolutely insane. We may as well throw some black vinyl wrap on the taillights if we're going with this one right here. So I have the medium one right here, kind of similar to the mid from Lux, and then here's that light one. So that's way too light for really anything if you ask me. And then yeah, this one here is the medium, so I think that's the right one to go with. Barely cutting it on the width. Wow, like barely cutting it. Oof. So I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna find out. Dude, this stuff is so thick. Now, for those who don't know what PPF is or what Lamin-x is all about, it's a self-healing film, similar to that clear stuff they put on the entire, like, the whole front end, for example, like on your hood, bumper and stuff. This is very similar to that, but it's tinted. Dude, this stuff takes so much heat to make it move. This honestly is not gonna be a tutorial because I'm kind of experimenting with the stuff still because it is a wet install. It's not really my forte, but the tricky thing is I gotta heat it and also keep it wet, because if we don't keep it wet between the film and the taillight, then we're gonna get air bubbles trapped in there and they won't come out because the stuff does not breathe. So gotta heat it and keep it wet. It's kind of weird. And on top of that, I have not much to work with on the edge. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is smoke out this amber reflector here on these headlights right here. And I'm gonna use knifeless cutting tape, which does actually work. Even though this material is super thick, the knifeless cutting tape does cut through it. So I'll lay that down first and give it a nice outline around that amber reflector. Cut it nice and clean without using any blades on the actual headlight. Even though I can, you know, just kind of score the material and then unzip the rest of it, I don't want to run the risk of scratching up these really expensive OEM headlights. So just like that, follow the line, and perfect. So I have a little scrap piece right here. I'm gonna try to see if it fits. Yep, perfect fit. And I'm also trying this dry because it's a very small area, so I feel like we don't need to use a solution. I'm not too sure where my voice went, must have left somewhere else because it's definitely not with me today. My voice is shot, so bear with me. But anyways, yeah, dude, the taillights came out absolutely amazing. I think this is a necessary thing to do. If you guys have the sequential taillights with a clear lens on them, the internals are so bright red. I think this is the proper look for these taillights because as you guys can see, you know, it's still red. It's not all the way black. There's a light version you can get, the medium, and a dark version too. And the dark, I think, is just way too dark because this is it in direct sunlight. But over here, if you look in the shadows, it does darken up quite a bit. But overall, the light does come through perfectly fine though. So they're all good on that. But dude, I think just for the looks alone, dude, it's just the way to do it. And this here is actually a PPF. So on Derek's truck, it's like a tinted vinyl pretty much. And this here is actually a PPF, so it was a wet install and definitely a trickier thing to do, I will say. I'm not a wet install, like professional by any means. You know, vinyl wraps or dry install and stuff like that is a lot easier for me, but wet installs are kind of a different animal. But I mean, it came out really good. It's just kind of weird because like you're heat shrinking something that has to stay wet too. So using heat, making sure it stays wet, it's kind of a weird process for me. But I kind of figured that when you are heating up the film, so say like when I tacked it here in the middle and pulled it up here, pull it this way to stretch out the material, what I would do is I would heat it up and then keep the actual, like spray the bottle on the actual taillight. So keep the solution on the taillight and then it can be kind of dry on the backside of the actual material itself. While I'm heating it up, pull it over, and then just while it's down, squeegee it down, you're good to go. It's kind of tricky, but once you do it a few times, it's actually pretty straightforward. But yeah, overall, it came out really good. I love the shade of it. And the cool thing about the PPF stuff is it's more like glossy and self-healing too. So if you guys don't know what PPF is, it stands for paint protection film. So normally that stuff's used for like the front end of cars. They do it on their, like the whole front clip normally, from fenders forward, you know, do the fenders, the hood, the front bumper, and the headlights, which I do have the clear on the headlights here. And then I threw the tint here onto the amber reflector. I didn't use the wet technique on this one because I felt like because the area is so small that it wasn't really necessary. So what I did was I just like laid it down and then used my thumb to lay the material down using overlapping passes and making sure all the air was pressed down and out, and then use the knife cut and tape to cut that clean outline without using a blade on the headlights to run the risk or to reduce the risk of cutting on the lens. What I did too was make sure that I ran the film here beyond where it looks like it would be covered from a side view here, because if you come to the front, you can see that from the front angle. If we didn't go far enough out, then we'd see that amber reflector here from like this angle, or especially over here. From the side profile, it would have been fine, but making sure that we go like, I don't know, 1/4 inch above it to make sure that from all angles you don't see the amber reflector was something that I made sure to do. But yeah, it came out amazing because here on the front end, dude, there's so much amber. We have the amber clearance markers right here on the grill, there on the fenders, and then the amber reflectors there on the headlights, along with the entire wrap here. That's all in amber. There's a lot of amber going on, so I had to do something about that in the front. That looks a lot better. But dude, this here in the rear is my favorite because these taillights were so bright red. A lot brighter of a red than on the SR5, because the SR5 had like a red tint already to the lens. As we're on here, on the sequential taillights, it's clear, and the internals are very, very bright red. So this looks way, way better, dude. Oh my goodness. I've been sleeping on this. I don't know why I waited so long to do this. Time to go home now and drink some hot tea and eat some hot soup and just kick it and not talk for the next couple of days. But yeah, dude, this came out absolutely amazing, and I recommend doing this on yours. If you guys have the sequential taillights especially, throw some medium tint on it. You can go light, you can go medium, and there's also dark here on the Lamin-x, as well as the Lux. And you can find the Lux tint on metrorestyling.com, along with all of the other vinyl wraps as well. You guys were asking where you can find this wrap right here. Go to metrorestyling.com, so I buy all of my material, and they have this new color here now. Last time I checked a couple of days ago, it was in stock. Wow, I'm having a hard time talking, so I will see you guys on the next one very soon. Till then, peace out.